Fear is the excuse we hide behind to deny inconvenient truths. Hi, my name is Abby. I'm a curly-haired keeper, and today we are talking about fear. Fear is an inherent trait of all living things. More specifically, fear is an emotion, rational or otherwise, attached to certain experiences, expectations, and past traumas, usually accompanied by feelings of imminent danger. We all experience fear. It's an inherent part of the human experience, and it's also extremely personal. What one person fears, another person might find fascinating. Someone may have a fear rooted in irrational assumptions and misinformation, while other fears are truly trauma-based. Snakes are a really good example. There is a widespread fear of snakes throughout the general public that in most cases is unjustified. This fear is often caused by sensationalized media coverage and a faulty social media algorithm that caters towards posts, videos, reels that dramatize certain situations and take advantage of certain emotional triggers like fear and anger. And while these fears may feel real, and I am not trying to downplay anybody's fears here, I want to challenge you to take a step back and see how those irrational fears may negatively affect not only the people who love these animals for what they truly are, but how they negatively affect the animals themselves and the environment and habitats that these animals rely on in the wilds. And the worst thing of all about this irrational fear is there are groups of people who are taking that fear and using it to their advantage. So let's talk about one of the huge fears that I and many others in the reptile community have and why it's so important. Rules and regulations. Now, rules and regulations may sound like a very positive thing, but it's not, and here's why. Now, if you are in any way involved in the reptile community, you will know why the rules and regulations has been such a big deal for us for a very long time, but especially in the last week. Last week, a news article broke on the FWC, that's the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. If you are unsure about what happened, please go check out the article that is linked below. Last week it was made very clear that when rules and regulations are put into place, even when keepers are following all of the instructions given to them, they are still at a very high risk of losing their animals. They're at risk of losing their scaly family members and having their world turned upside down. The scariest thing when rules and regulations are put into place is the abuse of power. There are keepers out there who fear sharing their animals, the animals that they care for, they love, that are part of their family, because they are worried officials will show up at their door unannounced and kill their animals. And if that seems far-fetched, go watch this USARK video right here. Trigger warning, there is a lot of blood, foul language, and killing of innocent animals in this video. Proceed with caution. And this loss of precious scaly family members is only the beginning. It's about to get much more terrifying. The FWC is operated by the following. Rodney Barreto, Chairman. Appointed to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission by Governor Ron DeSantis on July 19, 2019. Chairman Barreto is the President and CEO of Barreto Group, Incorporated, a diversified company specializing in corporate and public affairs consulting, real estate investment, and development. Stephen Hudson, Commissioner. Commissioner Hudson is the President and CEO of Hudson Capital Group, a private family office that invests and manages assets in private equity, select startup ventures, and real estate holdings. Gary Nicholas, Commissioner. Commissioner Nicholas is a managing partner of Nicholas Brown & Company, where he leads a team that co-invests with management and technology and financial services companies. He is also the chairman of Camden Capital, a wealth preservation company, and director of Ad Genius, goods and services, and nearshore technology companies. Preston Ferrier, Commissioner. Commissioner Preston Ferrier currently holds the position of CEO of Furman Motor Car Company, Incorporated, and CEO of Cigar City Motors, Incorporated. Most of this information was obtained directly from the FWC website. You can find that linked in the description below. These are the people writing and enforcing rules and regulations for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. They are all heavily invested in real estate and highway development. These are the people writing and enforcing the rules and regulations for the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation. They are not interested in conservation of any habitat or species. They are not interested in providing agency for reptile keepers. They are using the reptile community as a red herring while they continue to destroy the very habitats they claim to be protecting from invasive species. We need qualified people to run organizations like the FWC who can speak and act on conservation practices. This does not involve criminalizing reptile keepers to remove blame for self-interested investment in real estate development and environmental destruction. The FWC is not here to help. They are here to hurt. Yes, I am very afraid of rules and regulations put in place by such organizations and that other states are following suit. Do not mistake my fear for inaction. On the contrary, my justified fear fuels the fire that the FWC started by the unnecessary killing of innocent animals. And I will continue to fan that flame until it incinerates every bit of authority the FWC has over us and over every precious bit of habitat they are so hell-bent on destroying. If you are afraid of snakes, I challenge you to take a look at the reasons driving that fear and open your eyes to how baseless fear harms these animals and their keepers unjustly. Fear feeds into misinformation because it is easier and more convenient than the courage it takes to conquer it. Love is the work behind continued growth and understanding. There are many truly evil things to fear. Snakes are not one of them. Support USARK Florida, support USARK. Use your voice to call out the FWC and those that would fall into their trap, and let's work together to remove the power they wield. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you as always to my Patreon backers. I do apologize, I know I haven't been doing a lot of early access YouTube videos. The videos this week have just been a little too important to not post right away, so fingers crossed I'll be back to the early access next week. Yeah, if you are interested in actually, no, I'm not gonna worry about that this week. Go support USARK and USARK Florida. I'll catch you next time. Bye. I can do it in one take. Motion, rational or otherwise. You're being a very good turban. I'm gonna take my braids out. Come here, come here, come here. There we go. More specifically, fear. Holy crap, I did it.